Hi there, thank you for joining me today. I'm Sandra at artypapercrafters.com, and my project for today that I'd love to share with you is this little tutorial for this little box that I made for my business cards some weeks ago, and I thought it was a pretty little box, and so I really wanted to share it with you today, how I made it. As you can see, inside I've got my own personalised business cards that I've made, and you could fit anything in this box, chocolate treats, anything you like really. It's the width along there is 5 inches by 2 inches, and 2 inches there. So it really is a lovely sized box. So it's you don't just put business cards in it. You could put anything that you really wanted in it. So let's get started, and I'll show you how I made it. So I'm going to start the opposite way round to how I would normally start, by stamping off my little belly band. So I'm going to bring in my scratch paper to show you how I created that first. So today I'm going to be using Peekaboo Peach, Melon Mambo, Blushing Bride and Emerald Envy. And the stamp set that I have used is the Photopolymer Love and Affection. So I'm starting with the large flower that's in that set, and we're going to stamp that with the Melon Mambo. So I just started off and randomly stamped this larger flower all the way up. Let me just bring you out, because I've forgotten about this new camera I've got, and so you can't see what I'm doing. So hopefully you can now. I think so, yes, just about. So let's clean that off and prep up another stamp. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the little middles into the large flower, the little stamens in the centre there, and for that I am going to use the Blushing Bride. So you just stamp that in the middle, and that gives your flower a nice little face, what I call a face. Only flower arranging is another one of my passions, and so when you do flower arranging, you'll notice that there are flowers that have faces. If you go shopping next time, you'll notice that there are flowers that have no faces and flowers that do. So carnations, for instance, they don't have a face, but things like gerberas and daisies, they do. So you'll see what I mean when you next go shopping. Have a little look out for that. So next we're going to go for some leaves. I think I'll put my leaves in before I forget about them. So I'll just prep up this little leaf. And I'm going to use the Emerald Envy. I don't use this colour much, so I think I might stamp it off in case it's a bit too dark. And then I'll have a look whether I like it. I think I do like it stamped off. So I'm just putting my little leaf shapes coming out of the side of my flower. And already that's looking quite pretty. Pleased with that. So I think I said on my first video with my new camera that I'm really excited about it, because my other camera just wasn't working for me, and I don't think that it was probably working for you either. I think my videos were fine, but they just needed a bit more fine-tuning, and so that's what I've done by getting my new camera, and I can zoom in and out, and I can actually see better what I'm filming and make sure that I'm still hopefully in the camera, because I noticed before I sometimes stamped off all over the place and you couldn't see what I was doing, so hopefully you can now. And I think that's already starting to look quite pretty. So let's get another little flower. So what should we choose now? We've got a little daisy. I know, we'll have this one, which is like a little group of flowers, this one. Like a little group of flowers. Don't know if you can see that. And we're going to stamp that into the Peekaboo Peach, another colour I don't use very much, but I just picked it up and thought that it went very, very well with these colours, and so we're just going to give that a go today. I'm really quite pleased with that. I think that's looking very, very good. And just another one there. That's great. Maybe just one here. That's it. Right, now I'm going to get another tiny little daisy type flower. It's very small but pretty. And I'm going to put that in the Melon Mambo ink, and we're just going to randomly stamp that all over. And if you have a go at this, you just have a little play. I mean, when I joined Stampin' Up! A year ago, I had never ever used stamp sets. Didn't even know anything about them, that they even existed. Certainly didn't think that I would be able to do this. But you find out very, very quickly when you buy one, you think, wow, I've made this pattern myself. How great is that? So another little tiny little flower, and I think then that we might be done. And I'm going to do this in the Full Strength Emerald Envy. Just dot that round. And the thing with this, the thing with the stamp sets that I love, is that you can create your own designer paper however you want it, using whatever colours you want to match all the beautiful shades of Stampin' Up! Card that they sell. You can match your design up to that and make it look as pretty as you want. And you could, if you've got one or two stamp sets, you could even intermingle them together. There's no reason why you can't. After all, they are yours. Now, I think that looks really pretty. I'm very pleased with that. Really pleased with that. So let's put that to one side because that's finished now. We're going to put the ink away. Because now we're going to start making our box. So let's get rid of those out of the way and put that here and put the scratch paper away. So let's get the scoring board. Let me just bring you up a bit more. There we are, I think you can see that. Right then, let's get the card. So today I'm using the Blushing Bride, which matches the inks that I've just stamped, and this is Rose Red. We're going to start by scoring the Blushing Bride piece. All of the measurements and details will be on my blog, so you don't need to worry about that. So we're going to score it on the long side at 2 inches and 7 inches. We're going to turn it to the short side and score it at 2 inches and 4 1/4 inches. And while we're here, we're going to score the lid. And we're going to score the lid on the long side. No, we're not. We're going to score this at 15/16, and that is so that it fits over the box well. So for that, I'm going to get my Stampin trimmer, because you do have a scoring tool on here as well that you can use. So we are now going to go 15/16, and I'm going to do it this side because it's easier for me to line up at the 15/16 mark. So on there, score, turn that round, 15/16. Whoops, that's moving. 15/16 all the way round. So if you're just starting on your journey for doing a hobby, a paper crafting hobby, and you want to know what you'd like, what you need first, this Stampin' Up trimmer and scorer is the perfect thing, because if you can't afford to buy the scoring tool and the cutting blade in one go, you can just buy this and you've got both. So that works well. So let's fold and burnish all our score lines and stick our box together. So I joined Stampin' Up over a year ago now, and when I first joined, I joined as a hobbyist. I thought I would just do it as a hobby and save myself a bit of money, because if I joined I would get a discount. So that's the reason I joined a year ago, and I've just loved it. I've learnt so much, I've made so many friends. We meet up twice a year. You can go to, we went to Telford in April, and I met some lovely like-minded crafters. We had a lovely day together and saw lots of new products in the catalogue, and I just really had a lovely day. And you share things and swap ideas, and it was just brilliant. So, usual way, cutting up our box, four corners which fold in. So glue on the 4 corners, and I'm using Tombow when it decides it's going to flow. I certainly had never made my own boxes when I joined Stampin' Up. I'd never ever thought I could ever make a box. So I put glue on that, and now we're folding that down as you would in the normal way for a box, all 4 corners. I just realised I haven't done my cutting in, so I'm just going to quickly cut a little wedge out of there. That's too much talking for you. You see, I'm trying to share so much with you, and I'm too busy chatting and not concentrating on my box. Right then, let's get this put together. Get rid of those bits, and then I'm just going to trim into this like so, because I forgot to cut my wedge, so I just need to get a little whisper off there, and I think that's good now. And now we're going to make up our lid. So the same with the lid. So this is a nice easy little box to make. There's really nothing too difficult, so cutting up and wedging out this time, I forgot to say before. That. So sticking the corners. In the same way. So I joined Sam Hammond's team at Pootle's Papercraft over a year ago, and I've learnt so much in that time. Didn't ever think I would ever do a YouTube tutorial because I'm really quite a shy person normally. But I think that when you have a passion for something and you love it and enjoy it, you just naturally get into it, and you just want to share your passion with other people. And I've always crafted since the age of 7. So that's our box made, and the lid fits lovely. And now we're going to put our belly band together. So for that, I've cut a piece of Blushing Bride. Like I said, all the details will be on my blog. And I've cut it a little bit longer in case we probably will need to cut a little bit off, but we're going to stick that on there like that to match our other one. So let's put a bit of Tombow on that. And so now I would really love someone to join my team, because I feel that I am ready to help somebody else on their Stampin' Up journey. And I really would be over the moon if someone joined my team. I would be doing cartwheels around this room. I'd be so happy, and I really want to help someone else enjoy Stampin' Up products, enjoy sharing things, and just mixing with like-minded crafters and enjoying making things. And in the dark winter months, I find that there's not an awful lot on the TV. In fact, most nights I find it rather dull. So this just transports me into a world of my own, which I love. So let's get on with this. We're going to, the way I did this was I shaped it round my box. And I want to do it like I've done this one, where I have one big flower on one side. So I'm going to put that this side, and then I'm going to wrap that round, making sure that that wraps round to the bottom. So I'm now going to just crease that down. Like that. And crease that round there, and crease that round there so that that fits there. And we're going to cut that raggedy bit off in a minute. And just run that together with your fingers. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take that and we're going to burnish it like that. And this belly band is nice, good and strong, which means that it won't fall to bits. You know how, because I've got business cards in mine, that means I'm going to be opening it and closing it quite a lot. And so it needs to be strong. That's why I've put a double layer of card on it, so that it's good and strong and sticks well. So I'm now going to just chop off that little bit at the end using my scissors, which I cleaned since my last video because they were all stuck up with glue. So round there, and then we're going to seal that down on there with a bit of Tombow, which I've just put away and I needed. So let's put some Tombow on there. And then wrap your belly band round. Make sure that it lines up with the sides. That's lovely, good and stuck, and you can see that that slides off nicely like that. So we're now going to just finish it off with a bit more embellishment like we have this one. And I just want to show you this stamp set called Better Than Email, and it's for crafters who like to make things themselves or who have businesses. And there's lots of different words: inspired to create and share with you, better than email, it's for you, love is in the details, created in my kitchen, can't beat snail mail, hand stamped for you. Lots of lovely sayings that you could use in your business, or just because you enjoy crafting and you want to give as a gift. So the same saying that I'm going to use today is hand stamped for you, and we're going to prep that onto a block. And I've got a piece of rose red card and a piece of whisper white, and we are just going to stamp that off when I can find what I've done with my inks. Here they are. We're just going to stamp that off in Emerald Envy. Hand stamped for you. And I've just realised that I've got the wrong punch for that. So never the mind, we'll just improvise and use this one. So we'll cut that out, and this is a retired punch now, a 1 3/4 scallop punch, but they do have the layering circles framelits dies which have the scalloped edges too, should you need to buy that, or if you haven't got this. So, and then I'm going to cut a piece out in the same size in the rose red, and we're going to just layer that up like that with a bit of Tombow. Like that. Hand stamped for you, and I'm going to pop that on there with a dimensional. Probably need 2. It's a bit large. No, only 1 I think, because I put it on at the side, didn't I? Just at the side, off like that. And then I used my little iced rhinestones for the middles of my flowers. There. And I also put one down here. Whoops, that's moved. So that is my little box today. I think it's very sweet, very cute. Like I said, I've used mine for business cards, but you could use yours for any gifts or treats that you would like. So that's all from me today, apart from saying if you would like to join my team, I would love to have you on board with me and enjoy what I love, which is stamping and creating and enjoying sharing with others as well. So that's all from me today, and if you would like the details and the measurements, go over to my website, my blog, which is in the down arrow button. Just click there and all the details for the project and everything will be there. So until next time, it's bye from me. Bye.